Hello again, and welcome to my second review, which is about Pokemon Ranger Shadows of Almia. Now those of you who haven't played the game before might be wondering what this strange device is. Those of you who have will probably be wondering what the hell it is the characters in the game actually do with it. Well, to answer those questions in the order they are received, is a Pokemon Ranger capture styler, and I think probably something like this. After which, the Pokemon and Ranger become friends. But if you ask me, there are some serious ethics to be considered here. I mean, couldn't you argue that this machine is enslaving the Pokemon's mind? Anyway, back to the game. The game starts with you and a couple of other Ranger wannabes at Ranger School. Yes, that's right, Ranger School. Apparently, the Ranger Association no longer hands out free styluses on street corners to whoever asks nicely. And after a ridiculously easy midnight styler hunt, and a Ranger demonstration that made the whole class act like 3-year-olds, it was time for graduation day. You know what, actually, I'm going to stop there, because the rest of the game isn't actually that funny. No, instead I'm going to be focusing on a few points that I found were easy to make fun of. Number 1, the broken record joke. This is a joke that comes up a lot in video games. The idea is that when a character asks you a question, and you give them an answer they don't like, they'll simply ask again. And again, 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 until you either go mad and throw the game out the window, or just give in. Number 2, the insane security system joke. Upon infiltrating a secret base/office block, my partner Keith and I discovered that if you put the wrong password into the lift, an exploding Pokemon electrode would fall on you. I wondered how this would affect the office workers. I imagine probably something like this. Morning. Morning. Put the code in for me, would you? Sure. Oops. So, did you catch a Pokemon League tournament last night? Bang! Number 3. The indispensable ally joke. Later in the same mission, Keith and I found ourselves surrounded by 2 bad guy Pokemon. In the spirit of teamwork, I captured one, and then was also made to capture the other. This I wouldn't have minded so much, except I also had to capture the next Pokemon. The ones after that actually beat me and broke my styler, and still he didn't lift a finger. Needless to say, it gave me great satisfaction to see him get blasted out of the sky later in the game by a Magmar with a cannon for a hand. Although to my great disappointment, he survived. Number 4, the Legend of Zelda joke. At one point in the game, I had to brave icy conditions in order to reach Almia Castle, the doors to which would only open after I had my new Vulpix friend to ensure both torches were lit. Okay. Once inside, I found a barrier in the form of a block of ice that I could only get past once I recruited a powerful fire type, a Ninetales, and in order to get to the main boss's room, I had to solve a puzzle. Once beating the main boss, I was ordered with a portal back to the start of the level and a magic crystal. Well, hang on a minute, this can't be the right castle, can it? Oh. Now for what I actually thought of the game. While it is a refreshing change knowing where Pokemon are so they're not jumping out at you all the time, it's rather irritating when they chase after you, forcing you to capture them. And while the idea of drawing circles around Pokemon to capture them is fun at first, it quickly gets boring. And the fact that when the styler is broken, you have to go back to when you last saved is really annoying, especially as sometimes that's quite a long time ago. So if you'll return your attention to the old chalkboard, you'll see my new marking scale. There's the storyline, where points are awarded for originality, bits that make you laugh, bits that are suspense-filled, doo-doo-doo. There's desperation, where points are deducted for games that are part of a really long chain of ever-decreasing quality. The headache, or HA scale, where points are deducted where the game gives you a major migraine, and fun. Now, while the idea of stopping a villain bent on world domination is a terrible cliché, the occasional jokes and plot twists earn Pokemon Ranger a 7 out of 10. And while this is the gazillionth Pokemon game to date, the originality of it earns a 6 out of 10 on the desperation scale. Next up is the headache scale. Pokemon Ranger is actually a rather mellow game with graphics that are easy on the eyes, and for this it has 9 out of 10. Finally, fun. So as loads of fun and quickly gets boring majestically collide, Pokemon Ranger is left with 7 out of 10. So all in all, that's 29 out of a possible 40. Not bad, Nintendo, but try harder next time. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have unfinished business to attend to.